Hi, I'm Jill McCann with the Placer County Office of Education Assistive Technology Program. I want to introduce you to a series of short videos which will help you through the student access planning process for UDL and AT supports for your student. Hopefully you will find this helpful. Not to worry, you've got this. It's a piece of cake. Chocolate cake. What you're about to see is Maureen playing the role of the ACA coach, and in this role she's preparing and planning for an upcoming SAP meeting. To prepare for this meeting, she is trying to collect information from teachers, having them do extra inventories with the student to try to get more information on what student might need.
Brought some information to share with you to kind of take a deeper look at him and see if we can help him. Okay, why don't we come on up here. This first section is just information gathering.
Okay.
So this is just kind of telling us who John is, what grade is he in, those types of things, if he's on an IEP.
Gotcha.
So as we go through here, it takes a look at how he is doing as far as meeting curriculum needs. You know, is he progressing, or is this really an area that he's having difficulty in?
Gotcha.
So this whole pamphlet looks like this. The first section's math.
Okay.
Okay, we go on and again looks at reading and whether again is he progressing or a challenge area.
Cool.
Go on to writing, and oftentimes this is a huge one for assistive technology. Digital or technology tool used. All right, speaking and listening. Executive functioning. Sometimes this is an area that we see a lot of also. And the last page is a summary. So as you go through this, you can ask teachers, you know, even the paraeducators in your classroom for information. You look at these areas, and then we can determine if we need even additional information.
Cool.
Okay, so at that point we have some inventories that we can look at.
Okay.
But first step, kind of gather some information about who John is.
I like it. So this last page here, this is kind of like a snapshot of what all is in the packet.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. This
cool.
will really help guide us to what we want to look more deeply
I
into.
think that page is going to be very helpful for our team, just to keep everybody going in the same direction on the same page.
Perfect, sounds good.
Cool.
Hey Glenn, thanks for meeting with me. I think this will be a great chance to go over the information gathering tools, see what you found about John, see what our next steps might be.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks for coming along. So, what we found, we went through each of the sections, I guess you could say, and we found math isn't necessarily an area of concern, but legibility is something to look into for math.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at his summary needs, and as we go through this, I'll go ahead and mark just so that we can keep track of some areas. So math, not an area of need, but some of the legibility.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Moving to reading, we found that reading is an area of concern. He's got a challenge there, and he's not meeting standards. So that's definitely one of the sections that we do want to dive deeper on.
Okay, great.
Next is writing. With writing, we also found that that is an area of concern for John. Legibility and spelling are the issues there, so we would definitely want to look deeper into that inventory.
And then I'm going to go ahead and put spelling and then some of the writing and legibility too.
Okay. And then next is digital skills. So here we found, even though they use a lot of that technology in the classes now for assignments, John is really great with technology, so that is not an area of concern for him. The next section, speaking and listening, also not an area of concern for John, so we'll just move right past that. And with the last section, executive functioning, we did find that this was an area of concern. We've noticed that John does have organizational issues, and he has forgotten his Chromebook very often, so we might want to dive deeper into this section to look and see if there's an issue with planning, strategizing, that kind of thing.
Okay. So kind of overall, what I heard you mention was, again, reading is an area, writing, and then executive function.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have is we have some inventories that help the team really dive a little deeper, get more details about those challenges.
Okay.
So it sounds like reading is a pretty significant area. So you might want to find a team member, maybe his English language arts teacher, to have fill out this inventory.
Okay, I can get that to her.
And then I heard writing also is an area. And this is the inventory for that. So again, you can find a team member that you feel has some really good skills. I can help you out with that if you need some support.
Do you think the English teacher might be able to do both, or would it be better to have multiple members of the team?
It kind of depends on her skill set level. Definitely she would have input. I think the more input you can get from different team members, the better.
Okay.
Just more
Cool.
information.
I would do that.
Okay, and last, the executive functioning inventory. And this might be something that would be really a good fit for you to fill out.
Okay. So if he has support staff like an instructional aide, that person, do you think might, since they're with him all the
I
time,
think they have valuable
at least have
input,
something
really
to
valuable
contribute?
input.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then let's see who we can talk to and get it done.
So once this gets filled out, then we can bring this information to our SAP meeting so that we really have some good information to go.
Okay. Cool. Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Yes?
Hey, Colleen, do you have a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So we just went through the inventory, the information gathering piece of the student access plan for John, and we found that reading is an area of concern for him. And so since you're the English teacher, I feel like you'd have a really great insight into this area and any concerns that you might have.
Okay.
So if you could fill this out so that we could bring this to the next SAP meeting and we can take all of that information and put it together to have a great plan going forward for John, that would be fantastic. But there's also a second page here that I want to let you know. So when you fill this out, if you could hopefully sit down with John and see what his concerns or his ideas are in this area, as well as if you're able to get some information from the parents' concerns or any ideas to support this area, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's going to give us some good information, and I'll get right on that. And I think I'm going to talk to the parent pretty soon anyway, so it's a great timing.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Thank you.